Whew, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see if I still have it. I'm Marcus from It's Up and Running, and today we are going to be reviewing a pool. Hello everyone, it's Marcus from It's Up and Running, and today we are going to be reviewing a pool. This pool is called the Summer Waves pool. Let's have a quick look at it. Here it is right here. It comes with very, very nice dog bone artifacts in the pool. It's a nice size. It's kind of deep, depending on who's going to be in it. But for everyone that's not, I guess you could say, let me see, how tall is my dog? He's about 2.5 feet tall. For everyone who's not 2.5 feet tall, we are also going to be reviewing this pool right here behind me. This is called the Intex Prism. It is 15 feet by 48 inches deep. And I'm going to share with you some pros, some cons, a comparison, and a final verdict. So, let's get it on. Alright, so first pro about this pool is that it's a pool. Yes, you heard me right, it is a pool. It's a giant body of water that is in the Midwest. It's not in the West Coast, but it is in the Midwest here, and it is pretty nice. Look at that splash, everyone. Everyone, look at the color of this water. It is like the Bahamas, but in my backyard. Yes, so it is a pool. I also like, I guess you could say as pro number 2, the build quality of this pool. This pool, it is very sturdy. It did take us roughly about, I'd say about 1 hour to put together. So it does come in like pieces. But it did take us about 1 hour to completely build it from the box that it came in, which was actually kind of heavy. So if you do plan on buying one of these, you might need some help with the box. But outside of that, the build quality is great. Pro number 3 here is that the assembly itself, it was not that difficult. Even though it did take us 1 hour, it was actually not that hard to put this together. Pretty much all that these are like small joints that lock together, and then they have like a little foot, I guess you could put it like down here, that actually holds the pool up. And then over here, this is where the filter is. Now, on my previous version of this pool, which is actually pretty smaller, this filter that it does come with, it did die. But we had that pool for about 3 years. Now, with this one, it seems to be flowing pretty smoothly. So, yeah, I would like to say, good job, Intex. Thank you for bringing some kind of beach weather to my house, and I guess you could say bring a pool with it. Okay, so on to the cons. Now, the cons about this giant swimming pool, I guess you could say the first con is that it is still a swimming pool, which means that you still have to manage the chemicals that go into the pool, and you still have to make sure that it's cleaned out and that the filters are working correctly. Now, when we first got this pool, for some odd reason, the pool was very cloudy, and we couldn't figure out why. We were using the correct chemicals according to how the instructions, told us to. But for some odd reason, the pool, it was extra cloudy, and I could not figure out why. So my wife, who actually bought the pool, but I'll put that as con number 2. We'll get to that one. But my wife actually figured out that it seems as if one of the filters that, well, I guess a tube that goes into the filter and that actually brings in pool water into the filter, for some odd reason, it kept getting clogged with a certain chemical. So she actually took that filter off. And ever since then, the pool has been nice and clear, as we can see today. Cool. So, con number 2. Yes, my wife did purchase this pool. Because she purchased the pool, she expects us to be in said pool every day, all day. I don't know if that's a con, that's just, my con or what's going on with it. But I do know that I don't want to get in the pool every day. And if you're looking at this, I don't want to get in the pool every day. Stop trying to force me to get in the pool. I like playing video games. I got a PS5. I'll do a review on that later on. I like playing video games. I don't want to get in the pool. Anyway, con number 3. Con number 3 is that this pool actually comes with a ladder. Now, to most people, this ladder, it's actually pretty convenient to have. Here, I'll tilt it up that way everyone can see it. It's actually pretty convenient. The way that it goes is it actually goes into the pool. So this half of the ladder goes inside the pool. This half actually stays outside the pool. So that way you can climb in and climb out. You don't want to be like The Sims, where certain people that were kind of evil would put their Sims in a pool, then take the ladder away, and then the Sims would die. You don't want that action. But this ladder, I mean, it's made out of metal, but it feels like it's gonna break. Now, I mean, yeah, it's a ladder, and it's definitely made out of metal, but something just tells me sooner or later it's gonna break. And hopefully I'm not on it, but you never know. But that is actually con number 3. Outside of those 3 cons, there really isn't much to say about this pool that's a negative. I mean, it's literally a body of water. I would say for you to make sure that the height isn't too tall for children. I mean, this is 48 inches tall, and you don't want to buy something where the children are, barely able to put their heads like above the water. But I guess from here on to the comparison. All right, so for my comparison, I'm actually going to be comparing this pool here to the previous pool that I had, which is another Intex pool. That pool was 12 feet around and 36 inches tall. So the pools, I mean, like they're very similar. I mean, even to the point where I think that they have like the same pump actually. But this pool obviously is taller and bigger. Also, it seems like this pool is actually made out of thicker material on the bottom. I mean, I don't really have any documentation to support that, but just based on how it feels, this one feels more substantial. It feels more solid. And because of that, I mean, I would say that actually this pool is a better value. But outside of that I guess you could say, a feeling about the thickness of the pool, both pools are the same thing. Both are the same shape. It's just that one's bigger than the other. So I guess you could say, as long as you're getting an Intex pool that is kind of shaped, like this, then you are going to be getting a similar pool. So I think that you're in good hands with Intex, but at the same time, you kind of really don't got a choice. There aren't too many other pool brands out there that are making a wide variety of pools in different sizes besides Intex. Not to mention all of these like little floaty things, like this one right here. Ooh, so nice. Oh, and this little pool holder pocket thing right here. All of that stuff, it's all made by Intex, which is interesting. I mean, I'm not a person, that supports one company having like a stranglehold on like a whole industry. But in this situation, truthfully, I mean, it's good quality stuff so far. So they don't seem to be slipping yet. So in the comparison, pretty much as long as you get an Intex pool, it's all the same thing. Okay, on to the verdict. So, for this pool, do I recommend you buy it? I mean, yeah, it's a pool. Um, I mean, if you like pools, you like pools. I mean, you can't really do much about it. But do I recommend you buy this size? The answer to that is it depends. If you want something that's higher than 3 feet tall, and if you are comfortable with having a pool that is about 4 feet tall, I'd say get this one. It's a great deal. It's a great pool if you can find it, because those scalpers and like their bots are out there everywhere. Actually, interesting story. That is actually how we actually wound up getting this pool. Is we could not find a pool anywhere available because they were all purchased by scalpers. So we had to actually buy this pool aftermarket for about a 20% markup, which I think is silly, but I mean, there aren't police out there yet, so we'll see what happens with that. But do I recommend you buy this pool? Yes, do buy this pool. I would say though that if you do buy the pool, to make sure that you actually get an additional cover for the pool. I didn't cover this in the cons. Cover this. No pun intended. Oh, got it. But anyway, this is the cover that came with the pool. I promise you, it's a cover. It's not a weird jacket. It's a cover. But anyway, this is the cover that came with the pool. And this thing flies off like with any small gust of wind. It just flies away. And yeah, we just pretty much got to the point where I was like, okay, just leave it open, whatever. But outside of that, yes, this pool is great. And if you're getting a pool, I say go for it. So, for It's Up and Running, I'm Marcus. Oh, got my cool shirt that I made. If you can see it, hold on a second. Selfie stick cam, don't fail me. Oh yeah, look at that. Ooh. So, I'm Marcus from It's Up and Running, and that was my review of a pool. I know this is the first video that I have done in a long time. I've been a little bit busy, but I'm gonna try my hardest to get more videos out to you. I have a whole bunch of new stuff. As I mentioned before, I have a PS5. I've been playing a whole lot of that. And I actually do plan on making a video of how to identify what computer parts are in your current computer. So look forward to that. But in the meantime, have a great day. Stay inquisitive. Be nice to each other. And download scalpers, I guess. All right. Bye-bye.